Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, it's the international break, but Manchester United fans have all been waiting around to find out what has come of the meeting that United's board of directors and the likes of Omar Barada, Dan Ashworth, all those kind of guys had in London at the Ineos headquarters. We're waiting to see if they discussed the manager, which is expected, although the meeting was pre-arranged, and what has come of that meeting. Although we do hear reports that it's business as usual for Erik Ten Hag and Manchester United. Nothing official has come of it yet. Although, if they are to stick with the manager, then you doubt that anything official would come of it, because they wouldn't make an announcement that they're going to stick with the manager, if you get my drift. So we'll get stuck into all the latest reports, as well as a huge injury boost for Manchester United as well. We'll get stuck into all of that. But before we do that, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, you're liking this video, you're getting your comments in the comments below as well, and let us know your thoughts on everything we're discussing in this video. But yes, as we said, the sources have said it is business as usual at Manchester United in the wake of yesterday's board meeting. That's according to Disco from the Mirror. So that's one of the reports that we are seeing at this moment in time. Although yesterday, which came after the meeting and after the meeting had ended, we heard from Jamie Jackson, Erik Ten Hag's future is not definite. He could be sacked in the next few days if it is so to be decided. I mean, I love Jamie Jackson, but that kind of goes without saying, although it kind of points at the fact that maybe no decision has been made yet following those meetings with the board. Then we also got from MEN that Manchester United, and this is today, are yet to clarify Erik Ten Hag's future following their executive meeting in London on Tuesday. There has been conflicting whispers regarding Ten Hag's fate, and a source said nothing should be read into the club's failure to communicate an outcome on Tuesday night. But as we said, that report coming from the Mirror, that Erik Ten Hag planning to return from his holiday early next week to start planning for the game against Brentford next Saturday. So he believes it's business as usual. Now, there could be a world where United have kind of briefed this, that it's business as usual, although a decision hasn't yet been made, because it kind of calms everyone down around everything else. It could be a case that it's business as usual, but the manager's got until the next international break, which I think could be maybe a reasonable halfway step. Although, if the board are convinced that the manager's not their man, then surely you make the decision sooner rather than later, so that you don't waste any more of the season. But if they think the manager is the man and can turn it around, then maybe it is just business as usual. There's very few different ways that you can read into this and into these reports that are coming out at the moment. It could just be that there are a load of journalists trying to guess what's going on and trying to get ahead of each other as well. And there's not particularly many leaks or reports coming out of Old Trafford, so they're left to just kind of guess what's going down. But Erik Ten Hag's future yet to be decided, still unclear, but believed to be business as usual at Manchester United. And I can't lie, I didn't expect, or don't expect, the manager to kind of survive this international break. But if he, if the decision's not been made yet or communicated yet, then maybe he will survive. Now, there's a school of thought that because there isn't a clear and away and in-your-face replacement, that Manchester United, aren't going to make a decision and kind of wait for someone to come up. But I don't think that's the right way to go again. Like, if you've decided this ain't the man for you, then you have to make a decision. Now, you don't have to make a quick decision in terms of permanently replacing him, but surely if he's not the guy, you do move him on sooner rather than later. But we do hear some reports that the likes of Barada and Co want to give him some extra time, whereas Sir Jim Ratcliffe isn't convinced on him and was convinced on Tuchel in the summer. Again, though, just loads of different reports flying about at the moment, and we don't know where we kind of are with it all, but business as usual, apparently. Yoro has posted via IG saying he's making a comeback, and we're seeing him running on a treadmill, which is good news for Manchester United fans as well. Obviously, it comes in the international break, so we've got a while until we've got a game or anything like that. But great to see Lenny Yoro edging towards a return for Manchester United. Obviously, United want to settle down at centre-back. We want to find out what our best defence is. And whilst I still have faith that De Ligt and Lisandro Martinez can turn it around. And obviously we need a left back to be sorted. I'm still looking forward to the day Lenny Yoro returns, because it gives us an extra option, that extra quality as well. No one would have expected Johnny Evans, who was amazing, by the way, and has been pretty good for United in the last year and a half or so, despite the fact we thought he'd be 5th, 6th choice for United. He's played far more than we would have expected. So it'd be great to get Lenny Yoro back. We also hear Harry Maguire's injured too and out for a couple of weeks. So there's that Manchester United have to deal with as well. On the injury front, Amad Diallo has also returned to Manchester United. He will miss the Ivory Coast games this month. So he's going to miss those games for the Ivory Coast. But he is back with Manchester United and back at Carrington, kind of getting fit and getting ready with United's medical team. So that's the latest on the injury front. But Manchester United at the moment, we don't know where we're going. We got no way of knowing. We're driving on the road to nowhere. Yes, shout out my Max and Paddy fans, but that's how it feels right now. We don't know where we're going. What's happening? Who's going to be Manchester United's manager for the next game? Will it be Ruud van Nistelrooy? Will it be a new manager? Will it be Erik Ten Hag? The reports we hear at the moment are that it's business as usual. But of course, there's some reports out there that it's still undecided, and we could find out a decision on Erik Ten Hag as Manchester United manager in the very near future. As I said, I didn't feel like he would survive this international break. The longer it goes on without a decision being communicated, you kind of feel like maybe he will survive this international break. And look, I think it's been dreadful. And I actually think, that game against Spurs was probably the manager's Sevilla, like Jose Mourinho. Remember Sevilla game where he still survived for a bit longer, but you did feel like that was the end. And that's how I felt about that game against Spurs now. I would still like the manager to turn it around. And maybe there's a school of thought that the board gave the manager sorry, my light's just gone off, but we'll carry on because we're nearly finished anyway. The board gave the manager an extension on his deal, although not a huge one, and they seem to back him in the summer and want to stick by him. Now, if that's the case and you want to stick by the manager and you want to back him, then, maybe you give him a little longer in this season than you have already. But it just feels like we're going nowhere fast, and we kind of expect more of the same. And when that happens, it's probably time that a decision's been made. But let's see what happens anyway. Let us know your thoughts in those comments below. Keep it locked. We'll be reacting to any breaking news that comes out for Manchester United, and we'll try and bring you daily content as well. So keep it locked for that. I'll see you soon.